joining me now, we have two very special guests, Marianne Dupre and Jean Kelly. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
You do so much for veterans year-round, but this is very special what's about to happen. We're sending a few of our World War II veterans, a couple overseas to Normandy, and then a few down to the World War II Museum. So we're going to start with the ones going overseas. And Marianne Dupre, you're the daughter of the famous harmonica Pete Dupre, who's one of our favorites around here. What is it like to be seeing and knowing that we're going to have two World War II veterans going over to Normandy for this very special anniversary?
Oh, it's so exciting, especially the fact that they'll be traveling on the Queen Mary again. Of all the memories my dad had, they always went back to that trip. It's when he first came home, he was on the Queen Elizabeth with 22,000 other soldiers. And when he got to go on the Queen Mary, he was wearing a tuxedo and, you know, fine dining and all that. So he really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited that these gentlemen are going to have that opportunity as well. Plus, having been over in Normandy and knowing the way these people are respected over there, and for them to be able to experience that 80 years later, it's such a thrill.
That is wonderful. And Jean Kelly, the few who are going to the World War II Museum, that's very exciting. I know that you've worked so hard at sending others. What do you hope that they get from that experience?
It brings back a lot of memories, and it gets them talking more. And the nice thing is the museum and the Gary Sinise Foundation pairs them with high school students. So the high school students actually get to hear the stories firsthand and learn that history, because we can't ever forget their sacrifices.
And Jean, real quick back to you. You and I have worked together on a lot of veteran stories, and you are so committed to that group. What inspired you?
My father. Thanks to Vince Hope. He started the honor flight, and Dad went in 2009, and ever since then I volunteered with them. And then the opportunity came up. I have to give a shout out to Matt Burton and his grandfather, George Haynes, got us started with the World War II museum trips. And I started doing that. I helped George get together 30 veterans for the first trip, 2018. And then another opportunity came in 2019 to take more, and I took 40 then. And it was wonderful. They all loved it.
And the
Never forget.
And the fact that we have George, a World War II veteran who was part of D-Day.
Yeah, that's like the bonus to have him with us and to talk about it. And 10 years ago, my uncle went with the Greatest Generations Foundation with Jack Foy and Joe Mack to the 70th anniversary of D-Day, and it was an incredible trip for them.
Oh, that's great. Well, Jean, thank you for everything. And Marianne, real quick before we go, obviously we don't have as many World War II veterans this year as we did last year. We won't have as many next year. What is it like to be able to honor them in this way at this time?
Well, for me, it's still being able to carry on everything that was important to my father, and knowing how much he got out of that with working with the Greatest Generations Foundation, with going to the museum and honor flight. There's so much left that these men and women can do and are willing to do. And the ability to go back and kind of leave the skeletons behind and come home and peacefully rest, I think is important. And that's important with the foundation. That's different with the others, is they travel where they're paired with a high school student. There, the Greatest Generations Foundation pairs them with another veteran, so that they have that ability to react the way they need to. And I know if I was there with my dad, he would be this stoic man, and it gives them a chance to really experience it and let go of what might have been bothering them all these 80 years.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and good luck with everything over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, Jean Kelly and Marianne Dupre. If you want to see this entire interview, want to share it, do anything like that, you can go over to rochesterfirst.com. You can copy it, send it everywhere you can. And again, I want to thank Marianne and Jean for their time, and I want to wish all those veterans who are going to be traveling in the coming weeks the best of luck out there.